So
speak to us about metaphors, because I heard you say that, and metaphors, I've just realized the power of them. One, how useful do you find them? I mean, do you use them all the time?
I use them all the time.
Yeah.
Well, there's a fact about the subconscious a lot of people don't know. And there's a difference between your conscious and your subconscious. Your conscious mind is basically your adult thinking mind, that rational, logical mind, front of the brain, you know, analyzing and tasking. And it's also your five senses are taken in consciously. You know, you hear, you see, you feel consciously, in the moment. It's not, you can remember what it feels like, but everything you take in is all conscious. Then on the subconscious level, it's like your database of everything you've been through in the past. And so your conscious mind takes this input, and then it goes down to the subconscious. It's, okay, how do I look at that, and how do I interpret this? And then the subconscious kind of pulls up the data. Okay, tiger running toward me, well, that probably would be scary, I should run, you know, or hot water, and or someone you don't like, you know, you might find someone that looks like your evil stepmother or something, and every time you see someone like the gray wiry hair, you just like don't like them, you know, and that's the subconscious thing.
Coming from your subconscious.
Now the subconscious is the I'm trying to think of the word, the maturity of a 9-year-old.
Oh.
So you're talking to this little kid.
Oh, that's not good.
Yes. Well, that's where the disconnect is. Between 9 and 10, around that time, this critical mind forms between your conscious and your subconscious. We talked about that. And it's kind of like seals everything in that you learned. So a lot of new ideas didn't come after you were 9 in your subconscious. So you have a lot of all this information, but most of the time it just sits on the surface. So metaphors, what do kids like? Stories.
Right. Oh, that's great.
One of the things that a lot of people misunderstand when they do visualization, and for those of you who do visualization with your clients, don't use big words. If a 9-year-old can't understand it, you're not talking to the subconscious. You're talking to the adult conscious mind, which it's just going to kind of skim.
How cool a tip is that? Don't use big words.
Don't use big words.
If you want to talk to the subconscious, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So the metaphors are really great because they can, like, a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So instead of saying you will go to the store, it's like, imagine, you know, walking lightly to the store and then seeing this, you know, door open, and really make this great imaginary story that the subconscious can really get excited.
That's a good word, yeah.
It's a new word. It's a hypnotic word. It's too big for the subconscious.
Yes.
But it really will help. You'll see a lot more results with your clients if you really cut down on all the big words.
And another good thing about metaphors is it's like it gets your mind, you think you're going in this track and it's all logical, and then you go, okay, but today rather than saying we're going to achieve our goals, say we're going to have a touchdown. And it's like, oh, a touchdown, I know that. And it's like, yeah, that's a good feeling. And it gets your mind going over here, and then it gets your attention. And it's like, oh, all right, just in case they're not totally fascinated with every word that comes.
They're not in a trance.
Just because the trance is wearing off. It's like, so, so metaphors are great. So,
and the reason they're so powerful, too, is that the subconscious reacts very literally to things. So your conscious mind has this analysis and understands things like a normal adult would. But if you're ever around a child that's like 6 or 7 years old, whatever you tell them, they believe. Unless they, you know, some kids are maturing a little.
That could work, yeah.
Yeah, so you could tell them, like, okay, well, why is the sky blue? Well, God painted it blue. Oh, okay. And they believe it, and they tell everyone God painted the sky blue, and then that's it. They don't question it. But then when they turn around 8 or 9, 10 years old, they're like, you know, I went to school, and there's this thing called...
Why is the sky blue? Come to think of it.
Yeah. It's a reflection of the sea moving up. It's not even blue.
Yeah, that's when they start getting on your nerves.
Yes.
But,
but so think about that as like literally, however you can phrase something. So the danger, though, is if whatever you say, very literally, your subconscious takes as well. So when you talk to yourself and say, I'm never going to make it, I'm not going to do a good job, I'm going to screw up, no one's ever going to love me.
Or I do this all the time and I just can't do it, and or I'll never be able to talk in front of people, things like that. Yeah.
And so your subconscious takes that very literally and will repeat it over and over and over again. And you know, a lot of people talk about affirmations, and the same rules apply for affirmations if you've learned about using affirmations as what you do in hypnosis. It's the same thing. One of the big things is not to say no, like, or not. Like, I'm not going to do this,
Put
or
everything
don't going to.
in a positive, affirmative way.
I'm not going to eat French fries anymore.
I'm going to eat baked potatoes without butter, whatever.
But putting everything in the positive, and don't use the negative words. And but the metaphors are really great for that, because literally the subconscious will feel like, oh, even if you're imagining, like most people imagine the worst case scenario. So when they're going on in their mind, and then we talk about the secret and the law of attraction, you're going to keep creating that.
Yeah.
So imagine having your client imagine the best case scenario showing up. And then the feeling gets included, and then that whole experience really affects the subconscious.